Laughter echoed through the cozy suburban home as Jenna, Lily, and Mark gathered around the new mirror that stood tall in the corner of the living room. Lily had just moved in, and the trio was eager to christen the place with their usual antics. Jenna, with her boundless curiosity, was the first to approach the ornate, floor-length mirror. "Look at this thing," she exclaimed, running her fingers along the intricate, gilded frame. "It's like something out of a Gothic novel." Lily chuckled, shaking her head. "I know, right? It was here when I moved in. Kind of creepy, but also kind of cool, you know?" Mark, ever the skeptic, leaned against the wall, arms crossed. "Creepy is right. That thing looks like it's seen some stuff." He eyed the mirror warily, as if expecting it to spring to life. Jenna grinned, undeterred by Mark's skepticism. "Well, I for one think it's fascinating. Just imagine the stories it could tell." She stepped closer, peering into the glass. "I bet it could even distort our faces in the most hilarious ways." Lily joined Jenna, standing beside her. "Oh, go on then, let's see what it can do." She made a silly face, sticking out her tongue. Mark rolled his eyes but couldn't hide the amusement on his face as he watched his friend's antics. All right, let me in on this too." He stepped forward, joining the two women in front of the mirror. The trio spent the next few minutes making exaggerated expressions, their laughter filling the room as they watched their reflections morph and distort. Jenna giggled uncontrollably, her eyes sparkling with mischief. "This is amazing," she exclaimed, her face contorting into a comical grimace. "I can't believe how much it changes our appearances." Lily chuckled, her reflection becoming increasingly stretched and distorted. "I know, it's like we're in a funhouse or something." Mark, despite his initial skepticism, couldn't help but join in the fun, his reflection becoming increasingly cartoonish. All right, you two win. This is pretty entertaining." As the laughter died down, Lily glanced at the mirror, her expression shifting to one of caution. "Just be careful, you two. We don't know how old this thing is or what kind of magic it might have." Jenna waved her hand dismissively. "Aw, come on, Lily. It's just a mirror. What's the worst that could happen?" "That," Mark snorted. "Famous last words, Jenna. You know how these things usually go in the movies." Lily nodded in agreement. "Exactly. Let's just keep an eye on it, okay?" Jenna rolled her eyes playfully. Fine. But I'm not going to let a little superstition ruin my fun." She turned back to the mirror, her gaze fixed on her reflection. As Lily and Mark headed to the kitchen to refill their drinks, Jenna found herself drawn to the mirror once more. She stared into the glass, mesmerized by the way the light played across the surface, casting subtle distortions. Suddenly, Jenna noticed something strange. Her reflection seemed to waver, the edges blurring ever so slightly. She leaned in closer, her heart quickening with a mix of excitement and unease. "That's weird," she murmured, watching as her reflection continued to shift and distort. She felt a strange pull, a sensation of being drawn into the mirror itself. Jenna's breath caught in her throat as she saw a dark shadow flicker behind her reflection, just for a moment. She spun around, her eyes searching the room, but there was nothing there. Lily and Mark's laughter echoed from the kitchen, and Jenna felt a wave of relief wash over her. "Get a grip, Jenna," she told herself, shaking her head. "It's just your imagination." When Lily and Mark returned, Jenna forced a smile, trying to hide the lingering unease that had settled in the pit of her stomach. The trio resumed their playful banter, but Jenna found herself glancing back at the mirror, her curiosity piqued. As the shadows in the room grew longer, Jenna couldn't shake the feeling that something was watching her. She caught a glimpse of the mirror, and this time the dark shadow seemed more pronounced, looming behind her reflection. Jenna's heart raced, and she felt a chill run down her spine.